He parted the Red Sea, and the entire nation of Israel walked out of slavery.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahanna, presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026, in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person, ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General Yahanna. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
ISUPK, Trinidad and Tobago, under Commanding General Yahanna. We will be live on the streets, 91.9 FM.
From west to the death till they bury me.
Every Thursday from 7 p.m. Hosted by Officer Sawapya Allah and Officer Masquaya.
West to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
ISUPK, under Commanding General Yahanna, live every Thursday night from 7 p.m. on the streets, 91.9 FM.
Seriously, you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do His will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make them money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
Imagine Yahanna don't like no soldiers. Through the Spirit of the Lord, we don't like no soldiers. You understand me?
Like the same. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ in their image, hate you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell, toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under Yahanna, Amy murdered Botham and got a hug from Yahanna. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí.
Lord Commandant General Yahanna na ESUPK.
This is what Commander General Yahanna did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig.
That's right.
You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
ISUPK under Commanding General Yahanna presents the official itinerary for the 57th Annual Lord's Passover. Kickoff. Wednesday, April 1st, the Lamb Slaughter from 11 a.m. Followed by fun and games, basketball, 3-point shootout. Can you hit the target in the archery competition? Then let's gather together ourselves and eat some lamb. Later that night, the dopest podcasts, the Round Table of Truth, Cross the Line Radio, and Let a Hebrew Speak. All going down from 8 p.m. Thursday, April 2nd, the annual Kiddies Party. It's all going down at Slick City Action Park from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Followed by Scripture Breakdown Class from 7 p.m. with 12 Shield General Mahayim. Friday, April 3rd from 8 p.m. the All Black Party. You know how we get down. It's all going down at the BH Ranch, Houston, Texas. Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. we will be hosting a brunch. Then the moment we've been waiting for all year from 5 p.m. sharp, April 4th, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. Followed by the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Sunday, April 5th from 7 p.m. The Passover and Feast of Unleavened Bread goes hand in hand, so don't miss it. Make your reservations, book your flights and hotels now. An entire week of activities for only $200. Go to isupk.com, pay your Passover fee now. Shalom.
Let's get it.
This is how you make it to the Lord's 57th Annual Passover this year in Houston, Texas on the 4th of April.
Still trying to purge if a nigga at me, I know that all beam around me, niggas finna steam about me. Bitches try to scheme some memes out me. I ain't being loud, keep it on the dolo. Don't look like my dolo, like a butler, get that dough, bro. Nigga try me, that's a no, not to palm me like a high five. Park my car and chill, I'm looking at the Philly skyline. Clearly I'm about mine, I feel like it's my time. Demons trying to distract me and knock me right off of my grind. But nigga, I am not crying about shit. If it happened, then it happened. I get past it, I don't trust. Now I'm laughing, I'm just adding to my wisdom. Damn, I'm lit. That's the way you handle it. You gotta be a man and shit. Niggas masking up and I can't slack a bit. Nope.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
And all the warriors be like,
Let's get it. Let's get it.
This is how you make it to the Lord's 57th annual Passover this year in Houston, Texas on the 4th of April.
Mind over matter, still trying to purge if a nigga at me, I know that all beam around me, niggas finna steam about me. Bitches try to scheme some memes out me. I ain't being loud. Keep it on the dolo. Don't look like my dolo. Like a butler, get that dough, bro. Nigga try me, that's a no-no. Not to palm me like a high five. Park my car and chill. I'm looking at the Philly skyline. Clearly I'm about mine. I feel like it's my time. Demons trying to distract me and knock me right off of my grind. But nigga, I am not crying about shit. If it happened, then it happened. I get past it, I don't trip. Now I'm laughing, I'm just adding to my wisdom. Damn, I'm lit. That's the way you handle it. You gotta be a man and shit. Niggas masking up and I can't slack a bit. Nope.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to isupk.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking the moment they are called. Their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it. I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me. I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraph, so forensics. I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to give salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that can pull me from the dirt and from the mud, it's gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. put me in the Supermax. I get super jacked, working out every day. Canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe. My brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Feel my fate. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gay, they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
Yo, what about the bomber clock to them boy, man? Bad mind never kill them. Suffocate to no pussy. Yo, status. Tell some boys we don't chat us. Anyway, my dogs go in on the street, them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog we beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we's them dad. Hey, but anyway though, this a no playground. The Glock 19, they have to stay round. Nah take no check with me payroll. Anything rise up, play down. Them a send check but they won't. Dog we will make it step if they don't. But at the same old, said them want smoke but the grab a ton flame out. A couple gyal a come through. Gyal a WhatsApp what she gonna come to. She a give me tap and she swallow some juice. Gyal a suck cock till me Jonathan blow. Bentley van a come through. Convertible drop top still have a sunroof. The dog them roll strap you one proof. Alright, wanna move. Anyway my dogs go in on the street them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog the beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we's them dad. Jeff say go fuck it up, so we fuck it up. Big up all of me friend them all who me never big up. All who know they are so, I ain't in a cup. Life shake up, you know me friend but that's how we go. Greenfield say we tough, so we a famous. And all who a flip up and a lip up and fill it up. Girl pussy way buff, one give we a fuck. One the pussy boss, one her belly stuff with the fat cock. Nicky me give back shot really. Girl a bad hype up if they're not that pretty. Money say make you know him can't chat silly. Anything we beat we have a fat clock with it. Flick your bad with it, this a chop city. Anywhere we go we a lock that city. Money in a pocket city, fat Billy. Don't come around if you're not family. Anyway my dogs go in on the street them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog the beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we's them dad.
on there. See, you got the soccer war. You getting it on?
Shalom, sir. Yo, just over the thumb.
Good to see you out.
Sir.
Warrior, what's his name?
É show de putão.
Good to see you too,
Warrior.
no side in Christ.
What's that, Christ, sir?
Who else do we have? All right, go ahead, Michelle. Who else do we have in there?
Oh, Salaki. No. This is me, sir. That's my fault. Let me adjust it.
1 second, Warrior. We're gonna rock it out. We're gonna do all the stories of today. If you're tired of being lied to, you're in the right place. Because now we're gonna talk about the stories that you've heard every day, all week, except we're gonna actually tell you the truth. So Captain Mashak has the stories. We'll go over them tonight. We're here with Captain Soccer War, Officer of Warrior, getting it on. I saw some other brother in there I recognize, Captain Mashak. Kazak Ahmad, you getting it on too? Anyway, I can switch the screen, Mashak?
Yeah.
Okay. Mashak is working the thing out. Kazak Ahmad rocking and rolling on the road, still in here with us tonight.
Got the nice side as well, too, sir.
And the pretty girl in the back. Good job, pretty girl. I see you. Pretty girl. Say shalom to her back there in the back seat. How was your mouth about Shem Yahushai? Good job, girl. All right, let's rock and roll, Mashak, whenever you're ready.
So, you know, Donald Trump, he for sure putting pressure on Cuba.
Well, Consulate, sir, if I could, while Captain Shock is getting the stories together, you know what I'm saying? Brothers and sisters tuning in. Y'all know we do it up big every Wednesday night, man. Like General Muhammad said, bringing out all the stories, all the current events, all the goings-ons with the World War III and Iran and all of the different things that's going on in the earth. What you're going to hear tonight, man, is the truth. You know what I'm saying? We're honored to have General Muhammad here joining us. You know what I'm saying? Give General Muhammad a hand if I could. You know what I'm saying? Did an amazing class down there in D.C. tonight, sir, at the Water for Your Service. But, you know, brothers and sisters, every Wednesday night, we look forward to this to really get that update that we need. And so the media lying to you. You can't trust what you're seeing on the media. You got the Western media telling you one thing, then the media that's supported by the Iranians is telling you something else. You tune in here, man, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You're going to get the truth from the prophets of the Most High. We're going to break these stories down and give you the perspective that you need so that you can be reassured in your faith and your trust in the Most High that we in the right place doing the right thing. So like this, I see Captain
telling the truth, Captain Soccer War. Give him a hand, the water warrior.
Most High in Christ.
Also, Most High in Christ. We got Captain Ashaparim in here. Say your name again, young warrior. Bakwasha. We got Captain Bakwasha, Captain Ariana in the building. Getting it on.
Most High in Christ. Come.
Water too for having us, Captain Soccer War, Mashak, and the brothers in D.C. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready to go. You ready, Captain Soccer War?
Come on, sir, if I could. We can get started on one of the stories you see in the title. They asked, where in the world is BB? They said, Benjamin Netanyahu was MIA right now, sir.
I heard.
They touted themselves as being champions for bombing them Iranians and killing the Ayatollah. They did some raids this week where they took out the first in command of several of the Iranian armed forces, but they not telling the truth about what's going on the other side. The Iranians been bringing down hell on them, on the small hats over there in the land of Israel, and Benjamin Netanyahu is missing. They done had, in last week, nobody's seen or heard from Benjamin Netanyahu, but they tried to put some videos out there of him giving a normal propaganda, telling you that everything is all right, but the videos is clearly AI, sir.
I saw
Benjamin Netanyahu in a coffee shop. He drank some coffee. None of the coffee need a cup. You look at his hand. He got 6 fingers in the cup. He's standing there telling you everything is all right, and he got Goliath fingers, sir. 12 fingers on the goddamn hand. Nobody knows what Benjamin Netanyahu is. You know what I'm saying? Trump, at the same time, while they having a war over there in Iran, bullying our brothers and sisters down there in the Caribbean and on the island of Cuba. They didn't cut them off from the oil since the whole Venezuelan thing went down, and Cuba right now is in a blackout. No power because they're not able to have no oil. And I heard today, sir, that Iran has upped the ante on the missiles that they're dropping over there in Israel. Israel attacked today one of the major oil fields in Iran that's responsible for 70% of the oil that they need for their in-country, not the oil they're selling overseas. But oil they need to power their nation of 90 million people. The Israelis dropped bombs on them. So Israel sent out warnings to all of the nations around them, all the other Arab states letting them know we finna bomb your facilities now. They gave them a heads up, told them to evacuate, make space, because now we about to retaliate the same way that Israel tried to destroy us. We're gonna make you feel it in your land. This is them to the other Arab nations, sir. Salaki. Salaki, John Muhammad, so your mic muted, sir.
Did you mute it over? I think I saw you muted here.
You did.
Okay.
To use the mic.
Okay, I got you.
Enough how this happened.
What should I do now? Captain Soccer War, can you hear me?
Come on, so I can hear you now.
Captain Soccer War, let me tell you, what he's saying is so true. And all of us blacks and Latinos, man, we should look at the Israelis and the Americans, and we should learn what a terrible pitfall it is to never think you have enough. To never think you have enough. If that Benjamin Netanyahu is dead because of some, Iranian attack, I would wonder what his wife and his children would think of if they could tell him, didn't we have plenty without invading Iran? Didn't we have enough? Like, is it ever enough? Like, think about what America had before they invaded Iraq. Before.
It went muted, Slide yourself. It went muted, sir.
So it's still muted, sir.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Could you hear now?
I can hear you, Captain Mashak. I can hear you clearly. Gentleman Muhammad still muted.
How about me, Yakin? Can you hear me? Come on.
I can hear you a little bit in the background, but it's better than it was.
I was just trying to understand why the greed of the Israelis is so intense, because they had so much without invading Iran. They had so much, and I would love to talk to them, because brother, there was a Senate hearing today where they grilled the architects of the invasion of Iran, and they asked them in the Congress right here in Washington, D.C. They said, was Iran an imminent threat? Did you have to invade Iran? No one from the Donald Trump administration said they had to invade Iran. Not one of them. As a matter of fact, a national security advisor resigned yesterday because he said that there was no reason to invade Iran. Iran did not have nuclear weapons.
Right.
Iraq did not have nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't a threat at all to America, but greed is so intense that now you're going to risk your life and the lives of your children and risk terrorism simply to get more. How much did you have without these invasions?
Right.
I mean, how much wealth do you have to have? You had enough wealth in America to have an island where you made child molestation legal. That's not enough wealth. God damn, who can legalize child molestation?
Right.
Where princes and dukes and presidents legalized molesting children, no one called the cops.
Right.
No one went to jail. You had Elon Musk. Do you know Elon Musk signed a contract to make $1 trillion up? I'm making this up. I am not, Arya.
No.
He signed a contract to make $1 trillion.
Right.
And you still had to invade a country. Now, Mashak, he signed that contract 3 months ago.
Right.
With no invasion of Iraq, he was going to make $1 trillion.
Yep.
Why do you need so much?
Exactly.
Why do you have to have so much? And I would like to understand it. Because why? And all the people that have to die, all the terrorism. Benjamin Netanyahu has to, who knows what happened to him?
Right.
How rich was he before this war?
Right. Exactly.
Why was this necessary to risk his life?
Come.
You don't think his wife said, well, listen, Benny, damn, we own America.
Right.
We own the president.
Right.
We got islands and land. Benny, we don't need to invade Iran.
Right.
I wonder if his wife tried to talk him out of it. Why do this?
She probably encouraged him, sir.
Oh,
she probably tell him, go get it. I need a new dress. I need new this, new
You're
that.
probably right. I mean, I don't get the thinking of it. You're just not ever satisfied. Blacks and Latinos. The Bible says this, that he that seeketh to be rich falleth into perdition.
That's right.
Can you imagine how much evil it is when you're already rich?
Right.
And it is still not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you.
Tomorrow, right?
What you're saying is so true. Now here you go, Benjamin Netanyahu. Who knows where he is?
Right.
He got six-fingered AI videos about him. You wonder where he's at. Everybody's dead.
Right.
Those 7 American service members are dead.
Right.
I think 1,000 Iranians are dead. You can't get any gas through the goddamn Straits of Hormuz. What was all this for? More? Just more. More than $1 trillion for Elon Musk. More than billions of Donald Trump has billions of dollars.
Yeah.
What in the hell was the point of all of this? And of course, no one has to explain because of the witchcraft of America and Israel and the Western powers that always say, always fight, always invade, always conquer. Do it because you can. Do it because it enforces your sense of ownership over the whole planet. Well, tell that to Benjamin Netanyahu's family, wherever him and his 8 fingers are on one hand. Tell that to his family, who wish they had a Benjamin Netanyahu to go to Shabbat Shalom service with, and to go to Shabbat and Shalom and the Koban and the Covenant, and eat shrimp and crab immediately after. Tell that to his family. You're right, Captain Soccer War. Salaki.
If I could, sir. Salaki said, it always amazes me how the heathen are so protective about their image. Imagine this man's possibly dead and they don't want to say. Same thing with the new Ayatollah. They saying he's dead. Nobody want to say. But meanwhile, the whole zip code knows a black man ain't shit. You know what I mean? It's such a difference in opinion. Like they protect their image so much, but us, it's like if you snore, the whole neighborhood knows you snore. I mean, Salaki.
He told the truth just now.
That's right. That's right, sir.
That was the truth.
That's right.
My God, they can't even just say they caught us out there. They killed Benny. They killed the They killed the sheep. No, they're so.
Oh, Salak, if I could, John, there is a quote that.
Captain Gahan. Captain Gahan, good here tonight. I see you, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir. Khan. Yes, sir. They got a famous quote. They say when Esau said in war that the first casualty is truth. When war breaks out. Yeah. So it's a lot of deception going on, and it's a lot of lies going on, and and that's pretty much what you're dealing with right now with these leaders and people who in power. You know what I'm saying? They are because they gotta seem strong in front of their enemies. They can't, you know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of that's going on with these misinformation going out and things they doing on social media and the media. So like I yield.
What you're saying is true, and I can't imagine why at least half of all white people aren't supporting the Israelite School of UPK.
Right.
You have to be tired of letting other white people just constantly put your life in danger to have more money. You have to be sick of this. You're not going to tell me that other white people aren't like, God damn it, I got to pay $7 a gallon for gas. I got to be afraid of a terrorist attack. For what? What is the point of all of this? You weren't rich enough. You're never rich enough. We got to have more wars. I just knew that after the Iraqi war, white people were going to lose their stomach for invasion. I was wrong.
Yeah.
You would think after 23 years of war, when there was no weapon of mass destruction, you think they would say, well, listen, we got to learn a lesson from that. They don't.
No.
They don't. I think that not only do they not learn a lesson, I think that they're sad that they didn't get to win, so they got to go invade another country to get to win, like to wash the taste out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Because after Vietnam, that's how it was.
Right.
After Vietnam, they were so miserable and sad, like, oh, we lost in Vietnam, that they were depressed.
Yeah.
America was just depressed as hell out. And they had to go just get Ronald Reagan in there, man, to win some meaningless wars.
Yeah.
Just invade somebody.
Yeah.
Invade Grenada, whatever the hell that was. I don't know what Grenada even is.
Yep.
I'm assuming the Israelites, Grenada.
Yeah. That's Benjamin.
That's the Benjamin.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, they invaded Grenada.
Yep.
To get, I guess, a plantain or something, or a fish sandwich out of Grenada. But I tell you what it did do. Made everybody feel good.
Yep.
Made everybody feel like, all right.
Yeah.
Iron Eagle. All right, we getting it on.
Yep.
And they go just invade just countries just to feel better.
Yeah.
And now here we go. Now there's a war in Iran, and we all got to pay God knows what to fill up these gas tanks. And when I go stand in this line at this airport, I'm going to want somebody to answer for this.
Because I can feel me getting ready.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer over this. I'll be standing in that line with the rest of the fucking peons. And I'm gonna go, yeah. It's been 3 hours. Somebody
Go ahead.
What do you want to say?
I'm just agreeing, Joe. I said Con on one con, sir.
Come on, man. White people, where you at, white people?
Right.
You ain't gonna support us. Look what we would do. We would put your base nature in bondage. That's what we would do for white people. We look at this shit here. We about to go get in REI. This gonna be us.
Yeah.
It's gonna be us.
I'm trying to encourage you to drive, sir.
Right.
I put it on drive because I'm playing.
I'm listening.
So like it, Joe.
I'm listening to you because. Go ahead, Kahan.
I was gonna say, John, you're not gonna see a MAGA hat nowhere in sight.
No,
sir.
you will not.
Where all the MAGA hats went? I'm looking in Mississippi. They don't even want to wear. I'm like, well, where the MAGA hat? We'll keep wearing the hats. What's to be ashamed about?
And General, if I could too, with all this talk about Iran being a threat, you would think people would stay away from the airports. If they're saying Iran gonna launch this and it's terrorist attacks and shit, who's going here? Yeah. Like, why are you even here?
That's it.
You should have done no sense.
Iran is not in a threat. They were doing nothing but not obeying America's every word. That's it. Doing the same thing Cuba was doing, doing nothing other than just not obeying every word that comes out of Washington, D.C. And so now they have no power.
Right.
And so now they have to starve to death. And you, brother, I'm telling you, other white people, and I bet it's a significant amount of white people who had white fathers. White fathers, they mean.
Yeah.
White fathers. White people, type in and tell me about your white father. White people need to be talking about that because that is a mean bastard. And they know how mean he was and how cruel he was. And they know that is what is ruling the world. And they know they wish blacks and Latinos would rule. I guarantee, Mashak, they wish we would be.
Yep.
They want us. I see them on their face at camp in front of you and Ashapara down there in D.C.
Right.
Laying on their goddamn face, prostrate upon the ground, begging for mercy. And I know that they wish that blacks and Latinos were in charge one day, white people.
Yep, it's coming.
Keep going. So
it's definitely coming. You're right, so you're for sure right. There's a video here. So with the Israelis, they say they're protesting, asking where the hell is Netanyahu, and this is his people.
No,
this is his people here. I don't know if it's up on the screen. Hold on, let me just get it up on the screen. This is his actual people here, and they said they took to the streets this week, and they're protesting, asking where is Netanyahu. Protesting Gaza over President Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
No.
And so the leader has not appeared in the public's view for over a week, and is growing tensions about the confirmation of his well-being during the conflict against Iran. I think I know where he is. I think he on that Epstein Island. Nobody is looking for him over there.
They ain't looking over there. Over there. The police don't come over there.
No, it's in Palestine. Pick up a few of them stragglers. Take a few of them stragglers from the streets of Hormuz. And call Diddy.
Yeah, call
Diddy and see how he did it.
My God. They're protesting, want to know where he's at.
Where he's at.
That is
because they're getting hit. Remember, they're getting hit.
Right.
And they're trying to block people from knowing they're getting hit. So now they out there, they're getting hit. Why you ain't stopping this? The Iron Dome done failed them. And they're looking for the leader.
And he's gone. They fingers on one hand.
To follow the oil. Follow the oil trade.
Go ahead, y'all.
If I could, sir. And what Captain Mashak bringing out is so heavy, it's not like it would be out of their character for Benjamin Netanyahu to have fled the country. Remember a few years ago, it was a real bad storm down there in Texas. And the governor, not Marco Rubio, who's the governor of Texas? Ted Cruz got up and went on vacation. He just so happened to go on vacation when the snowstorm came to Texas down there in Florida, somewhere on the Caribbean. They came and asked him, why'd you leave when the storm came? He was like, man, look, I had a pre-planned, vacation. They said that Netanyahu had fled to Germany when the bombs started dropping. You know what I'm saying? As soon as now imagine this, you a leader of a country and you saying that God is on your side. We waging this war in the name of God and the promise of the book of Genesis, which is what Mike Huckabee told Tucker Carlson on the interview. You waging a war for the fulfillment of the promises that God so-called gave your people. But as soon as you start dropping bombs, you leave the country and leave your people there to die. Like these devils are, they're cowards, sick bastards. They start a war. And as soon as the bombs get dropping, they disappear, leave the people there to suffer, and there's nowhere to be found. Like I said, the Iranians is claiming it as a victory because to them, Netanyahu not showing his face means that they unalived him. But I would not put it past Netanyahu to be in a bunker in Germany somewhere, because at the same time, while he flew to Germany, there was reports saying that European countries were saying if they caught Netanyahu flying over their airspace, they were going to lock him up and take him to the UN.
That's right.
Because he's a wanted criminal for international war crimes.
That's right.
So he can't let his public whereabouts be known, because they starting this war. This oil thing is disrupting the economy of everybody's country. Now Benjamin Netanyahu is, they want to get him and lock him up. So he had to flee somewhere and hide underground and act like, put the AI videos out there and act like everything is okay, when this is the Most High bringing his judgment down on these people for the evil that they've been, propagating across the earth for generations, sir. So like, yeah.
Tell them the truth.
If I could, I remember it with Ted Cruz, aka Cruise Control, when he went down there. He went over to Mexico. The irony of it, he left Texas, and he said, "Well, my kids wanted to go to Mexico." So he had all the Mexicans saying, "So hold on, you crossed the border for a better life, a better conditions for your family." So like the irony, and I'm glad whoever caught him at the airport, and they got fired.
I know.
I thank the Lord for whoever that brother or sister was that caught him at that airport.
I hope it was a Latino brother. I hope his ass going over there.
He tried to sneak.
Telemundo, that's right.
And General, he had the mask. He had the mask. They don't like to wear the mask. They're against the COVID mask. But somehow he had a mask on, thinking they weren't going to notice his ass. They saw it was him and took the picture, and then I think somebody tried to rush him, like try to record him. But whoever snapped the picture and let him know, they had the flight log where he was going to be there. So they saw Ted Cruz. They said, "Hold on, he leaving Texas. He supposed to stay in Texas." So then moving now to Netanyahu, you know what I'm saying? He missing in action. He supposed to be on the front lines, and he supposed to be out there with the Israeli flag, you know what I'm saying? On Calvary Hill, doing what he's supposed to do, but he's not doing it. And I think AI, if they really want to try to make it so-called spiritual, they might want to add another finger on the other hand to make it 12 tribes.
I hear that. Right.
I hear
it. I saw the Telemundo.
The logo.
It is Telemundo. They called his ass. Well done. Bien dicho. Bien hecho. Well done. Good job. Go ahead, Mishak, if you want.
Let me see what else we have here. Good. So you want to touch on Cuba? Right.
Please.
A warrior, you could pull either 1, 2, or 3, because they all kind of related.
Come on.
Cuba in hell right now, and Trump just treating it like it's not his
Terrible
problem. He says he could do whatever he wants to Cuba, but he can't do nothing to Iran.
Of course,
he bombed Venezuela for fentanyl when all the fentanyl come from China.
Of course,
and didn't bomb them. He made trade deals with them.
Yes,
he is the bully of the earth.
That's right.
And boy, it's good Iran is punking him now with that trade. So
it's an excellent thing, and you can imagine all those people in Cuba, brother, 90 miles from Florida, in complete darkness, and the next closest country to them is the biggest Christian country on the planet Earth. Like, think of all of the Christians in Florida. All of the Christians so close to Cuba that they could deliver aid tomorrow to Cuba. And if they didn't want to do it simply because of some political reason, they could do it for their sense of Christian faith.
Right.
Because they're Christians. Like, why can't Christian love cause somebody to go 90 miles and to help those Cubans with their electricity?
Exactly.
That's right.
It's just Christian decency. That's all. Christian, they're not in America, so you can't say it's because they're immigrants or they're over here taking the jobs away from white men.
Right.
They're in another country. They're somewhere else.
Why isn't Christian decency leading people to go to Cuba and to get their lights on and to help those people and to feed those people? Because your brand of Christianity is cruel.
Yes.
It's an absolutely cruel brand of Christianity. It's imperialistic. Like that Christian church, I've done it sometimes where I go watch white Christian church services on that Sunday. It is something. It's like a Nazi Hitler, a Hitler meeting. It is so like it's like take and get and take, and we're not going to let you have, and we're going to let it. It's like so violent.
Right.
Like their form of Christianity is violent.
Right.
And they talk about Christianity in a very, we're going to take it, and we're going to get them, and we're not going to have it, and we're going to rip it down, and we're going to uproot it.
Right.
God damn, y'all Christian, you're so violent. Where's all the love? Where's the Jesus and the love and the turn the other cheek? And all of that shit that I've been drinking forever in the Black and Latino community. Why doesn't your Jesus love?
Right.
Your Jesus does not love. Brother, charity could cause them to go across the water to help those people.
Yeah.
Charity, just charity. That's all they're there. It's close.
Yep.
It would cost you nothing to do it. You wouldn't even notice the money that was gone from rehabbing their electrical grid.
Exactly.
You wouldn't even notice that you did it. Why not just do it? And here's another thing that blows my mind. If you went to Cuba and you helped them with their electrical grid, Cubans might start to like America.
That's right.
Just even if Cubans say, well, listen, your lights are out. We're just 90 miles across the water. We got one cat over here got $1 trillion.
Yeah.
So let's just take 5 million. I don't know how much would it take. Let's Google that real fast. Google how much it would take to get the lights back on in Cuba. And let's compare that to Donald Trump's hundreds of millions of dollars. I looked up this week. I plan to do this with Ephraim on Thursday about if what is happening in America happens somewhere else at another time, there would be a revolution in America.
Yeah.
There is some reason in America why there is no revolution, but any other time in any other country, there would be a revolution for what is happening right now in America.
Right.
There would be the guillotines would come out, Michelle.
That's right. That's right.
The guillotines would come out because he did for less than what you're seeing right here. I would love to see how much would it take. How much do they need?
They said between $8 and $10 billion.
Yeah. Say it again.
Between $8 and $10 billion.
How much money? Now, this is what I want you to do. Look up the highest paid woman, the woman with the most money in America. Now, $8 and $10 billion, which to you and I working a job sounds like a lot of money.
Right.
Tell me how much does the woman who has the most money in America? How much money does she have?
Between 101 billion.
Say that again.
Between 101 billion between 101 billion and 138.
Sagawar Kahan, Awarium, that's a broad. That's some bitch that has $100 million. A bitch.
Concert.
She could take $10 million, $10 billion. Now somehow, Aria, she'd have to find a way to make ends meet with $90 billion.
Yeah, it's tough.
That's just insane.
Recession.
Listen, I don't know how she would do it. Hey, maybe she'd Uber. This is a woman who has $100 billion. She could take 10 billion of her 100 million. Get the electricity. Is this her, Michelle?
Yeah, that's it.
Good night.
She ain't get it off her looks, Michelle.
No.
She's no beauty queen. She must be smart. That's all I can guess. I don't know. Okay, probably her father had. That's all it is. It's always she inherited this from some murderous father. That's all. Her father was some robber baron, and now she has $100 billion. This woman could get Cuba their lights on. Not the government of America, not the Senate, not the government. Her. She could just go do it.
Yeah.
Say, I did this out of Christian goodness.
Yeah.
Then the Cubans would love America.
That's
the
right.
Cubans would say, thank you, our American cousins. Thank you. You got our electricity on. It would solve the relationship.
Yes.
Between America and Cuba.
Yeah.
Could never happen, Mashak. Never.
Okay.
Because of what it actually does. You know what that does? You know why rich cabals and rich people never help poor people? The same reason rich men never give you a raise. The same reason gasoline prices are high. Those gasoline companies, they all meet in meetings and say, don't you lower your price.
Right.
That's what they do.
Yep.
Listen, you got a gas station. He could lower his price.
Yep.
He could beat his competitor.
Yep.
He could say, listen, theirs is $5 a gallon. I'm making mine $4 a gallon to get all the customers. But in the meetings at the top of the month, when they all come together in the meeting on Epstein Island, they would say, why you do that? You're hurting the business. Hurting all of us. And they all agree. They say, listen, all of us are going to keep the gas prices the same.
Right.
We're going to all keep it the same. We ain't going to hurt each other. It's why pay does not go up, because the owners of every company, your competitors, they all come together on the weekends at Epstein Island and say, how much are you paying your employees? I'm not going to pay mine's more.
Right.
Mine's more, then you got to pay yours more. Then they're going to want holidays off. They're going to want health care.
Yep.
So nobody give out health care. Nobody give out benefits. And these bastards all agree to it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, tell me why it isn't good business for one bitch to take 10 billion of 100 and turn the lights on. Now, you have to explain it to me, but I know really it's bad business. Because then guess what every country would say? Why don't you turn ours on? Why don't this other billionaire help us? And then now all of them lose money and they cannot lose a penny, even though they have hundreds and billions of dollars. Now, give me the next woman besides her. Who's the next woman? She has the most money. Now, give me the next woman that has. She's number 2. She's the loser. She ain't even the top one now.
Julia Koch. Julia Koch, she has $81 billion.
See, that's the loser.
Damn.
If she could take 10 billions of her 81 billion, she'd have to struggle by with $71 billion on.
Yeah.
She'd have to find a way to do it. Do you see how it, brother? In another country, and I'm not going to say it because my daughter had to meet with the FBI. I ain't going to say it.
Stop right there.
What I'm saying is, in other countries,
right,
a long time ago, which you should never do now,
right,
they pulled out the guillotine for things like this. This is why Marie Antoinette is no longer with us.
Right.
And her husband, Louis XIV, is no longer with us.
Right.
This is why King James II is no longer with us.
Right.
Because the poor people begin to say, you have so much. We can't have a little. You can't help us at all.
Right.
That's what happened in other countries. Of course, that should never happen here, Mashak, because that would be illegal and immoral and wrong.
Yep.
But in times past, it has happened.
I'll give one more. I think India just put some woman in jail for stealing money. She was the prime minister. They tried to put her in jail. I think Korea just killed somebody. They just killed somebody.
South Korea too.
Yeah.
South Korea put their president in jail. Some type of nonsense. But the witchcraft over here in America, and the witchcraft, when I say witchcraft, I'm talking about the witchcraft on poor white people. Poor white people are the biggest suckers in history. There's no one more stupid than poor white people.
Right.
Because poor white people fight black people and fight Latinos. And so we're stopping them from getting the raise.
Right.
We're the reason. They're sitting there in a trailer thinking that the problem with life is Mexicans coming over who pick tomatoes in a field. Can you imagine some rich white man sitting back going, look at how I make one half of the poor kill the other half.
Right.
It must feel so powerful. It must be like, you must sit home like, look what I'm doing. I got half of the poor people.
Right.
And then once they have the murderer, the one that won,
right,
I'm gonna give them the jobs, and they're gonna think that they won.
They won.
Right.
But I'm gonna pay them the same thing they always got paid. Come on, please.
So, like, General, if I could, I gotta talk about Mississippi.
Go ahead, brother.
Mississippi, them white people is some of the dumbest people on the face of God's green earth. Like, let me tell how bad. Let me tell how bad it is in Mississippi. Okay, the Israelis didn't use the white man's hate, his blind hate towards black and Latinos, to get them in a war.
Mm-hmm.
And then the governor is saying he's gonna name. I think he's gonna have Trump help him with all that stuff going on with Epstein. He's gonna have Trump head the Child Protective Services Board. The Child Protective Services Board. This is new. This just came out. People are saying, are we in the Twilight Zone?
Damn.
Now, all the accusations about child pedophilia, the governor, Governor Tate Reeves, he's gonna make Trump, he's gonna put somebody with Trump cabinet over the Child Protective Services Board in the state of Mississippi. That's how backwards, like it's like Mississippi is like a time capsule of white people's pride. That's why the antebellum's home still look like like how could you you're gonna have him over the Child Protective Services with all this stuff going on? It's like they don't even care about the news. They don't even care about the accusations, all the redactions. As long as he's white and he's making us feel good about our racism. Like that's how bad backwards the state of Mississippi is, and it's why it's a failed state, to be honest.
Yeah,
they've been robbing the federal government for years. There's been funds that's supposed to go to Black and Latino people and Native American Indian people in Mississippi for years. Brett Favre, he robbed the SNAP benefits. He took all the money from the people that was poor to build some gymnasium or some for his daughter. Like it's almost like a Confederate tax since they lost the Civil War that the government allowed them to steal. There's no audit. Nobody come in and said, let's see where all this money is going. They don't even care, man. But like, I just wanted to bring that point out, General. So like, I yield.
You telling the truth. Go ahead, brother.
So like, sir, if I could, man, as we was talking about the situation that's going on down there in Cuba, General Muhammad, you brought out a heavy point with how America is the richest empire on the planet. Like you said, there's a woman with $110 billion from God knows what. She could take $10 billion and give it to them people down there in Cuba and restore power yesterday. But there's a reason why, like General Muhammad, like you said, they keep these people poor and in the dark. I've been reading this book. There's a book I got right here called How to Hide an Empire, right?
Yes.
History of the Greater United States, written by this cat named Daniel Emerwald. And he goes into the history of America after the Civil War, how America had ambitions to be empirical, like the British Empire and like the Ottoman Empire, and how America went and took over territory in the South Pacific over there in the Philippines with Guam, how they expanded themselves into the Caribbean islands, how they took over Cuba, took over Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands. And there's a segment I wanted to read here where it talks about the reason why Puerto Rico to this day has not been made a U.S. state. Puerto Rico is a territory. Islands like the Dominican Republic, there's resorts there where American businesses, you can go and take a vacation, but they don't have any government dealings on the island. Same thing with Jamaica and with Cuba, right? I'm gonna read this excerpt, and it highlights the pettiness of our oppressor to keep these people in a perpetual state of bondage and debt servitude to America, to where they force those people to be poor. So they'll make deals with the American government to have to get services like electricity. And as soon as time comes for them to have fully paid the bill and they no longer owe America, America starves them out again and forces them to have to sign another deal for another investment so they can still be on the hook to the American companies and the American businesses to basically steal all the resources off the island. This is, again, a book called How to Hide an Empire. This is page 114. This is the third paragraph. Just real quick, sir. It says, instead, Roosevelt made a Cuba-style deal, talking about the Dominican Republic. His government would gain temporary control of Dominican finances, thus ensuring repayment of the debt to the U.S. banks in exchange for defending the Morales government from rebels and external enemies. U.S. interests would be protected and the Dominican Republic would remain independent. The ploy was used repeatedly in country after country around the Caribbean. The U.S. seized the levers of finance and trade, but left sovereignty formally intact. Dollar diplomacy was the polite name for this, though gunboat diplomacy was the more accurate euphemism. To ensure political and financial stability, U.S. troops entered Cuba 4 times, Nicaragua 3 times, Honduras 7 times, the Dominican Republic 4 times, Guatemala, Panama 6 times, Costa Rica, Mexico 3 times, and Haiti twice, Between 1903 and 1934, the United States helped to put down revolts, replaced governments when necessary, and offered battleships in the harbor advice to others. But the only territory it annexed in that period was the U.S. Virgin Islands, peacefully purchased from Denmark in 1917. So what this cat laid out is that they have a game plan, a strategy to keep these people poor, keep these people on the hook to the American government. And the second they decide that they want to free themselves, or they want to be independent, or they want to make decisions that's for the betterment of their people, America starves them out, sends in troops, and forces a new government to bow down in order to be able to have decent human rights like electricity and fresh water. So like it, sir, I yield.
Yeah, man, that's a fact, brother. To know the truth, please,
so you do know that Trump suspended the Jones Act.
I did not.
Yeah,
break it down.
So here's the thing, right? The Jones Act, was originally called the Merchant Act, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where between ports in America, you could only ship things, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were not allowed to, something coming from outside, right? You couldn't do that. So in terms like Puerto Rico, that Jones Act, for a lot of us on the island, we thought that everything had to go to the United States. Didn't matter where it came from.
Mm-hmm.
Had to go to ports in the United States, off of their ships onto a U.S. ships to be shipped to us. We all thought that. General Q earlier, sent me a text, but I already seen the news, right? So then I was like, damn, let me look more into this, because I want to see if it's how long it's suspended. You know what I found out today, sir?
Mm-hmm.
They've been lying to us all this time. I'm gonna tell you how.
Damn.
Yeah, they've been lying to us all this time, because what I found out today is that we could have just on the island just shipped something from wherever right to Puerto Rico. But what it is they don't want to say, but they have a monopoly in America, how they set up warehouses so that way they can justify to what they're doing. But realistically, that wasn't supposed to be applied like that.
So it was never a rule, but they just told everybody that's what you got to do.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, they're just absolutely cruel. That's just so cruel. And when everyone on the planet should want new leaders.
That's right.
I just can't believe that even white people, Chinese people, Indian people from India, everyone has to want someone moral in charge.
Right.
Someone that has morality, because they have all the power. If you're immoral, what damage could you do? Mm-hmm. Simply because you don't have a conscience and you don't care about the lives of people.
Right.
Now think about how much more wealthy Puerto Rico could have been.
Yeah.
Sir.
If I may,
Please.
Hawaii, right, is now a state, but it once fell under the Jones Act.
Mm-hmm.
Guam, was it Guam? Yeah, Guam.
Mm-hmm.
And the Philippines, sir.
The U.S. Virgin Islands as well. They would fall under that Jones Act. But come to find out, they just been gaming us all this time, because, as you said, General, we could have had our own thing going on. For that, of course, there were some things that you had to come and buy from the U.S., no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't all of it. We were just told, like this, I lived on the island.
Yeah.
So just like everybody else, I believe that everything came out straight out of America, even if it came from Japan. That's what I believe, and everybody else believed. I'm gonna find out, that was a lie.
And General.
Go ahead, Nathar.
So like I said, and thank the Lord for this war that's taking place in the Middle East right now. Mm-hmm. All these years, Black people have been crying out, and they've been telling us, to shut up. What you're complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're seeing that this oppressor, he will not let us alone. Because if he had let us alone, our kingdom would have been way stronger than the Chinese and the Iranians.
Forget about it.
But he did not leave us alone. And we've been in hell since the days of slavery. You understand? And now this war is showing everybody on the earth that, Black people didn't choose to be in the position they're in right now.
That's right.
It's because this white man is the most cruel creature on the planet Earth. I will not let you, rise up, and have a nation because he just wants to get rich and wealthy. You understand? Are you?
So, like,
you tell the truth.
Can I say one thing?
Anyone else? Go ahead, Khan.
It's just heavy what Captain Ash and Captain Nathak just brought out, because and going back to Cuba, like all the missionaries out there, why does your missionary work stop now? If you're a missionary, the scriptures say, let your light shine. Go on the island and why don't you bring the energy and the things you need? I mean, I haven't heard nothing from the Pope. I mean, I don't know if he made a statement. But why does your missionary, why are you gonna let this stop the missionary work about going and helping the people? Because you don't really care about the people. You don't really love Christ. And it just goes to show you that you and Trump are the same.
That's it.
You understand? The church, there is no separation of church and state. Because if it was a separation of church and state, you would say, we're going to go on that island, we're going to make sure that people have power.
That's it.
But you're not doing that. You understand? So the church upholds the state and the state upholds the church. The Christian church is real quiet about a lot of things. A lot of them, they on mute right now. You cannot talk about, now, when it comes the midterms, you want to talk about geopolitics. But we talk about the Middle East, you have nothing to say. And that is the land where the Bible is staged at. In the East, the Middle East, the Battle of Armageddon, the Book of Revelation. You don't want to talk about that. You understand? You don't want to talk about none of that, none of those areas, but you want to keep our people in geopolitics in America. You are of your father, the devil. That's what Christ said. That's what you have no king but Caesar. You don't really want to serve Christ, but that thanks be the Lord that this is happening, because you cannot hide no more, and you don't want to face us on the streets. You understand? You don't want to wear your Christian cross across, because now you're going to be challenged even more now. You understand? You got people like Tucker Carlson saying all these things about America. Now you really got to face, you white conservative, you white evangelical, or you really got to face it now. So like I yield.
Yeah, I'm right. Give me a hand. Well said. There's no one else to shock you up. Go ahead.
So now I think it's either FBI or the CIA. They got Tucker Carlson on the investigation.
I heard
something that he texted. I don't know the full details, but I seen that on the headline.
I saw as well. He's under investigation for not submitting to the Israeli government.
That's right.
As its obligation is to do. Right? So absolutely.
So like,
go ahead. Who said something?
Yes, sir. Breaking news: the counterterrorism guy that just resigned, Joe Kent. He's now under FBI investigation right now.
That's good.
for leaking for quote unquote leaking classified documents. I yield.
Come on, white people. White people out there, you have to support the ascension of Blacks and Latinos. Right. You've got to actively support it. I know you want better men in charge of this world.
Yeah.
I know you want. You've looked among your people for good leadership and you can't find it.
Yeah.
Every white person, it is your obligation to actively support the ascension of Blacks and Latinos to ruling the planet Earth. Yeah. If you love the planet, if you love the environment, if you love peace, if you love Jesus, then you should be actively supporting our ascension above you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. General,
right? So there's a video that I've seen twice.
One second.
There's one white boy saying exactly what you said. We should stand behind Black people because they've been telling us how this country is run. We just didn't listen to them.
Yeah. It's just the truth. They'll come to it. Remember, the Bible says that Esau is the end of the world.
That's right.
And Jacob is that cometh after.
Right.
Like we're coming close to the end. And before you know it, a plurality of people are going to say Blacks and Latinos would be better than us if they were in charge.
That's right.
It's going to happen before the end. It's like a shock. I'm sorry. Now your thought. Go ahead.
Nah, I was gonna say, how worse could it be? They have a pedophile running the country right now. Come on. You know what I mean? And you have a big rat in the name of Master Splinter, aka BB. You know what I mean? In some hole. You know what I mean? How worse it could get?
Why not? Give us a shot. Yeah.
So like BB in the bottomless pit. He's
Damn right. Go ahead, Mr.
Guys, so if I could, if somebody could grab number, I think it's number 12 on the stories.
Okay.
They say Iran has a island, so that's a underground missile fortress.
Come on.
I don't know the heck about the memo. But they're talking about they destroy 60-70% of the missiles. Them niggas sweating missiles right now.
You tell them. America's so proud. They, of course, on the news, it's like they just walk in and kick everybody's ass.
Listen.
They just kick ass and kick ass.
Right.
These Iranians have been planning this war for 50 years.
Yeah, yes.
It might not be as easy as you think.
That's right. And I think even it's yesterday or Monday with Trump's press conference. He said, literally, I'm gonna look for the clip to see if we have it tonight. He said, I don't know why they just don't yield.
Yeah.
I'm fighting back. He said this in the damn Oval Office. And I'm like, nigga, what's in your mind?
He's a sick lunatic. And I do remember that they lost the war in Afghanistan and they didn't have missiles. They had nothing but goats.
Right.
They had goats. And flip-flops, goats and flip-flops. And they won.
Right.
The Taliban is in charge of Afghanistan.
Right.
So you're not going to tell me somebody that has more than flip-flops and goats can't give America a run.
Right.
Yeah, they might be able to hang in there and win. You sacrifice your sons for what? Or your daughters for what? So some billionaire can make more billions. Okay. No problem. We do a better job. That's all I'm saying. We do a better job.
Oh, God. Because like you have a little bit on it. You don't have to read the whole article because they go into the history of the island. But just the part with that they have, it's like all warrior with the missile.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me 2 hours, sir?
Yeah, you're coming in a little strong, but you good.
Okay, sir. It's excuse me. It says inside question Iran's underground missile fortress and geological model. From the ancient tomb of Erythris to its modern missile cities, the Gulf's largest island has become the strategic anchor of the U.S.-Israel war on Iran. Beneath the labyrinth, salt caves, and an emerald mangrove forest of Qasem Island and the Strait of Hormuz, a different kind of architecture lies buried. While tourists once flocked to this open-air geological museum to get a glimpse of its surreal rock formations, the world's gaze is now fixed on what lies beneath the coral, Iran's underground missile cities. As the U.S.-Israel war on Iran erupted, Qasem has transitioned from a free trade and tourist paradise to a frontline fortress and the ultimate strategic prize for U.S. Marines currently being deployed to the Strait.
Yes.
Its sheer size, approximately 1,445 square kilometers, 558 square miles, allows it to physically dominate the entrance to the Strait from the Gulf, acting as a cork in the world's most vital energy transit passage.
If I could,
these days,
right there,
okay.
Like they have this island like a tourist place, collecting money, but they're building these silos down. These little lips you see in there is the missile silos that they now realizing they've been packing missiles like
And everybody thought it was a tourist attraction, but meanwhile, they were arming this for years.
Yep. Come on.
Well, there you go. I mean, now you got Donald Trump in charge of fighting this type of war. He can't read. Congratulations.
Go, God.
All right, Mashak.
Go, God. Let me get. We could do the. We want to touch the Michael B. Jordan stories.
Please, whatever you want.
All right, no sweat. Michael B. Jordan. Give me Michael B. Jordan one. This week, so he won the Oscar. That Sinners movie collected a whole ton of awards. They said the writer, Ryan Coogler, they say he's been snubbed by the whole industry for years. So this was like his coming of age with this now movie, and I think he rejected membership in one of them actors guilds. Like he totally stood off from it. But of course, he made the movie, and they tried to fight it so much to give it recognition of course, in Esau's world. But I guess the movie being so star-studded with black actors, and the box office ticket, what it made, it kind of pushed him to make all these awards. So they're saying, now it's like they're finally recognizing these actors for what they did and everything like that. But it's more so now. Is it so much that you still need the oppressor's validation?
I got you. So is the story that what are people saying about it?
People are ecstatic for it.
Okay.
They're ecstatic for the brother. They're ecstatic for Michael B. Jordan. But because of these support, I wonder how it would have been if he didn't. Because I mean, they set a record. I think they said it's the most amount of nominations ever for any movie.
I got you.
No, sir.
You know what I mean?
Go ahead. Who said something?
No, I was just saying, what Captain Shock said was correct on the story that they had the most nominations for any movie that was fit for the Oscars, and they got a lot of acclaim for it. Salaki.
Okay, go ahead, Michelle.
Yeah, that's a yes. Like if it is now he did not win, would this be another thing we cry about? Remember when Will Smith, he didn't get the thing, Jada Pinkett went and say, let's boycott the Oscars, this, that, the other. Like at what point? No, because he already showed he can have success without Hollywood. Because the movies he made before, he didn't really, push it with them.
Yeah.
He did all the independent stuff. So now how much more do we need the oppressor's validation with it?
Well, okay, that's the key. Whenever you hear a story about some Black or Latino movie winning Oscars or somebody getting Grammys, or some type of, Black people getting validation from the white power structure, just always remember this. None of this matters at all. This is all bullshit.
Right.
This is a waste of time. This is a distraction, like the Iran war is a distraction to the Epstein files.
Right.
This means nothing. It is absolutely unimportant. Now, remember that I said that as I say this. This unimportant thing, this thing that doesn't make anybody money, these people that win these Oscars, they're going to die poor.
Right.
Like they all have. They're going to die penniless.
Right.
I saw some show recently. Eddie Murphy said he had to bury Rick James. Now, that means he didn't have $5,000.
Yeah.
He buried Richard Pryor. He buried Red Fox. No one had, you can look this video up, it's online. They didn't have any money to bury, their family didn't have $5,000. Now, can you imagine how many singers who have Grammys? Lauryn Hill went to jail.
Yeah.
She went to jail for a year. They don't have a penny. These people that get these awards, who we relish and we praise, this award means nothing, not just to us, but to the person that gets it.
Right.
Because they are still going to die penniless and broke. They're going to have to do a benefit concert to get their funeral up or to get their hospital bills paid.
Yeah.
To these Grammy winners. This thing means absolutely nothing. And to get that Grammy, people had to protest and fight tooth and nail.
Yeah.
There would be no Black or Latino person getting a Grammy without some other Black person 30 years ago fighting and making it the mission of his life for Blacks and Latinos to have representation at the Grammys. And that, if you want to understand what real slavery is, it's like a slave fighting day and night for nothing.
Yeah.
And then when he gets it, crying hallelujah.
Yeah.
Because they get nothing.
Yeah.
They get absolutely nothing. They're going to die poor.
Right.
Just like Lauryn Hill and all it, they got tons of Grammys. They're going to die with nothing.
Right.
You're going to have to get up a benefit concert to make money for them. You're going to have to do it like countless actors, countless singers.
Right.
Then the list will go on. I'll go on here all night to talk about the famous people who have nothing. Add P. Diddy to that list now. Throw him on top of that. You're going to have to, when he dies, there'll be his friends coming together.
Right.
To put some money together to get it together for P. Diddy, to get a casket for him. Now, with that said, this meaningless thing, brother, doesn't even happen without fighting.
Right.
Without absolute, which is why there's a celebration. Because guess what? They had to complain for years. Protest.
Yeah.
There are no more, the Oscars are not Black.
Right.
There are no Black people. My God, when did the first Black person win that Oscar, brother?
Sidney Poitier.
Before her. Gone with the Wind. Hattie McDaniel. Gone with the Wind. You know the protesting that had to happen for that. The fighting. The protesting. Then they had to fight for another 30 years so they get another one. And fight again. And fight again. And fight again. And when it finally happens, you know we all say, hallelujah, we made it. We all celebrate a meaningless victory that means absolutely nothing.
Right.
That won't happen without protesting. And that is the sadness of fighting to be included in America.
Right.
The sadness is included. You can't pay any rent with that inclusion. You can't. It doesn't get your lights on.
Right.
It doesn't
feed anything. It doesn't get you schools. Hattie McDaniel got this. And when did she get this award?
1940.
1940. Can you imagine her neighborhood in 1940?
Damn.
The place she grew up. Imagine in 1950.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine in 1960.
Right.
Imagine in 1980.
Right.
Imagine it tonight. Wherever Hattie McDaniel is from. Find out where she's from real quick. She's from Houston, Texas. Good Lord. Oh, that's not from Houston. Oh, that's somebody else. Okay. Well, tell me where Hattie McDaniel is from. And I'm sure her Oscar made it a paradise. I'm sure now there's museums to Hattie Museums.
Wichita, Kansas.
Wichita, Kansas. How black people doing in Wichita, Kansas? Does anyone know?
I don't know, sir. So, like, I can imagine it's bad, sir.
It sounds bad. It sounds like, where you from? Out Wichita? God damn, sorry. From Wichita. Jesus Christ. That doesn't change anyone's life. Who the hell? Who cares? But they had to fight for it.
Says she was the youngest of 13 children to formerly enslaved parents.
Think about her brothers and sisters couldn't read. Her mother and father can't read. How many generations before somebody learned how to read?
Right.
How long will you have to go? Into the what, 60s, maybe?
Right.
70s? My great-grandmother stopped school in the 6th grade.
Damn.
I knew her. I grew up with her and talked to her.
Right.
You get my point? 6th grade. Her grandmother was a slave. So how much does this matter? But yet and still, we fought for it.
Right.
We protested. We were protesting. When was the last time you heard about the Oscars not being black enough? That was 3 years ago.
Very recent.
That was like just now.
Yeah.
When they were out there, the Oscars have got to be black. The Oscars are not black enough. Okay. Now you got Sinners. It got a ton of awards. Let's see what happens in the black community because of the success of Sinners. I'm sure we'll all get jobs now.
Right.
I'm sure there'll be a new industry, a cottage industry of movie making that will employ all of us. They even call certain industries is a lie. Like to call black music an industry, that is not a good word to use for that. You shouldn't call black music an industry.
Right.
Black filmmaking an industry because it doesn't employ any damn body.
Right.
So you can't really be an industry. It's the hope and dreams of a few people that were willing to protest enough to get celebrated.
Right.
And this story means nothing. The success of Sinners will mean absolutely nothing. It won't change anything on the planet Earth. It will not create jobs. It will not do anything at all, but it will be celebrated by the poor Blacks and Latinos that had to risk their lives to get black people to get an Oscar. So no sweat.
This is a house that they celebrate the 130th anniversary of her birth. Again, the whole celebration. You know,
that's
this
it.
is the house you blow up.
That's Wichita, Kansas. Go move there. Exactly, Wichita. Not to insult the brothers and sisters in Wichita.
Right.
But I bet you we need one. I bet you they're looking for one right now. Please, Ox.
Saying that the guy in England, Samuel? No, what's the name? Delroy
Lindo.
And him in England. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Supposed Tourette's.
He just shut up. Nigga.
That was ridiculous,
And
I don't understand why he ain't say
no. He never would.
Still like
Go ahead. Now whoever
cancer. And this award is no different than the Nobel Peace Prize. You know what I mean? They just, decide to give it to whoever they want to give it to, depending on, how much money they're going to make after they done give it to this person. You know what I mean? Black people ain't getting rich from Michael B. Jordan getting an award. White people is.
Who the hell cares? Now, I believe this, I haven't researched it enough to know, but I believe this whole bait and switch started with Martin Luther King. I believe that before him, even he went to Washington, D.C. to get jobs. Just like he said on his commercial. He went all over the churches saying, we're marching to get a check. We're marching to get jobs. You know that video, right, Michelle? Even he was like, we're not marching for recognition or praise or to be included. We're marching because we want to be employed because the labor unions are not allowing us to get jobs.
Right.
The white labor unions are excluding us. So he got together with the automotive union and he said, damn it, we're going to march to Washington, D.C. to get a job.
Right.
Which is a real thing. You know, it ain't praise. It's not, we love you. It's not clapping.
Yeah.
It's real money in your goddamn baby's mouth to feed her. And something happened that day when he cursed us that day. Martin Luther King cursed us. It might be the biggest curse in history. I'd have to think about it. But he cursed us the same way that Baalim refused to curse us in the Bible. Baalim was told to curse Israel. He said he would not do it. He wouldn't ask. The donkey he was on refused to move.
Right.
Because he was not supposed to go curse Israel. And that Baalim did not do it. Martin Luther King did it.
Right.
He got up on that mic when he knew he needed jobs.
Yeah.
You have the one when he says about jobs. He knew it. He knew that this march is only it only matters if we all can get employed. Right. We all can make money to feed our families. If a black man can make enough money so his wife doesn't have to work, the way white men don't have, their wives didn't have to work. If black men can't get a job to be able to lead their house, to be able to be in charge, we're marching for that. And then he got up on that stand, and it became the Oscars.
Right.
Right there. Like up there when he was standing there. Then it was like switched. Now it's the Now it became the Oscars. Up there. Please,
if I may, it says here, marching to get a check refers to Dr. Martin Luther King's 1963 March on Washington speech, where he metaphorically described the gathering as coming to the nation's capital to cash a check for freedom and justice promised to all Americans.
He wanted money, real things, not Oscars and Grammys and praise, but real goddamn cash. Labor union, to get involved in the unions, to have a job. He got up on that stand, brother. I don't know how it happened. I haven't researched it, but it just went. Maybe it happened before. Maybe somebody turned him. I don't know. He was a deviant. I don't know what happened to him, Aj.
So what's the I know Captain Malquat brought it out, the something 5, where Kennedy paid them.
Well, you on to something. Hold on. I forget what that is. Something 5, where they all came together in those meetings.
The Big Five or the Top 5?
Big Five, something sounds right. If you have the commercial that he had, it's in it might be in color.
I know what's his name?
looking for.
What's his name?
It was Abernathy.
Abernathy.
Yeah, but what's his name? Homeboy, the one that was a Muslim.
Malcolm X.
Yes,
he talked. Yes, he did. That's a good video. He brought that out about this meeting that they all had before that march, and that sounds like that's when it got switched. And he go ahead, come on.
No, what you're saying is so heavy because they were saying John Lewis, like certain people had a speech prepared. Everyone, like the SNCC and all them different people, had a speech, and they told them what they couldn't say and what they could say. Like it was going to be a little bit more radical than what they, like he had to try to marginalize it for the jobs and freedom, which is an oxymoron in a way, because if you got freedom, you don't have to ask for jobs. You just say freedom, or you just, but it was just so they watered down, and not just John Lewis, because he was real young at the time, but it was what's the other one? Oh man, it was another one. He's not
Clark. I don't know if that's the right.
He's one of those scholars, almost like W.E.B. Du Bois, but he was in that era too, and they didn't even let him speak. It's one of them that didn't get to speak, and then the other ones that did get to speak, they told them what they couldn't say.
Yeah, that brother. I mean, I'd have to ask Commander General Yahanna, but that is the greatest curse that anyone ever put on this nation. It destroyed blacks, Latinos. It set the template for what you're supposed to fight for. You're not supposed to fight for money or things that can feed your family, but now you fight for feelings. And it's been switched tonight.
Right.
Now we all are just fighting for the Grammys, for feelings, for love, to hold hands.
Right.
Not money.
Right.
And that's why it was freedom. Meaning the reason why he said freedom is because we were not free to make money.
Right.
They didn't allow us to work there. So we wanted to get the job. We had the qualifications. We went to all those black schools to learn, but we were not free to be hired at all. And now he said that speech, and our fight is for awards, and thank yous and handholding. And he cursed us out. I don't know if it ever happened worse biblically. I don't know if I can look at time in the Bible where someone of our own people stood up and said words that cursed us, and we have never recovered. To right now.
Right now, yep.
Please.
No. Captain got
okay, here you go.
Yeah. You got the big six right there. So.
That's the big six. So these are the people. Go ahead, Op.
No, I was just gonna say, Commander John Yahanna, he called it the consolation prize.
That's the UPK old school phrase. Consolation. Somehow now that's all we're looking for. So those Grammys, brother, we won. Hell, congratulations, y'all. We all got an Oscar. We all win. Right? Isn't that what you feel? Like when black people win those Oscars, don't you all feel like we all won? You saw Bad Bunny up there?
Yeah.
Bad Bunny was up there. I felt it. I feel it. I can't help it. I've been raised there. I saw Bad Bunny. I said, don't make us like Hawaii. Don't make us like it. I could feel the feeling. Because what else do I have? All I got is Bad Bunny saying, don't make Puerto Rico like Hawaii. They dancing, they drinking rum. Brother, I felt like I was performing at the Super Bowl. I loved it. Yeah, I loved that fucking performance. It was like I was there.
Yeah.
I felt I got the consolation, and that's all I get.
Come.
That's it. Go ahead.
I had the video with Eddie Murphy playing.
Go ahead.
What did it say he paid for the funeral for? I think this is the one with Red Fox.
1980s and 1990s. Red Fox was a comedian to keep an eye on. Fox died of a heart attack in 1991. And he was so deeply in debt to the IRS that no one even knew how they would afford his burial. Fox stated before his death that the IRS took my necklace and the ID bracelet off my wrist and the money out of my pocket.
Give me my money now.
I was treated.
I said, you read? You give me that.
Can I get that? Like, you're like this shit here. Like, take the necklace off. Damn.
Like I wasn't human at all. Murphy owes a lot
If I could, sir.
help launch his.
Go ahead, man. Salaki.
You was breaking out earlier in class how when you die, you don't own anything. But this devil here, you dead, he still got to come for whatever you have. The Lord's willing to let you go for your sins. He wants the rings off your fingers.
That's what he wants, the rings off your fingers. He told the truth. Well, there you go. So how many accolades did Red Fox get in his life? Whole damn TV show, famous beyond belief. He didn't have $3,000 like his family didn't. His family didn't, to put him in the fucking ground.
Right, and they're still making money off his show today.
And the show is still on the air. The show is still on the air.
Thanks.
Yeah, you can keep those Grammys out. I need money. You understand me? Money. Jesus Christ said that. That's the only thing that's real, bro. Jesus Christ said that where your treasure lieth, there shall also your heart be.
That's right.
He know that who you give money to, that's who you care about.
Right.
Martin Luther King Jr. said that a budget is a moral document. He said that before this march.
Right.
Because he knew whoever you spend money on, that's who you care about.
Right.
All of this bullshit and awards and thank yous and songs at the Super Bowl and Grammys, I can't eat that.
No.
I can't put that in my gas tank up.
Right.
That's not real. No. There is something real that we should be getting, and they won't give it to us.
That's right.
We earn it, but they won't give it to us.
That's crazy. Them statues, if I may, ain't worth shit.
Please.
They have no kind of value whatsoever.
Come on, man. Maybe you can pawn one for $1. I don't know. Other than that, I bet you people have.
So like
Google who pawned them. I bet you can go in a pawn shop in Hollywood and get you an Oscar.
Right.
Go ahead. Whoever wanted to speak.
So like now it's so heavy, General, because we live vicariously through these celebrities and these athletes and things like that. And it's like, and it's so crazy because our oppressor know it. So he's able to monetize off our suffering. He's able to, in essence, make merchandise off of us. You know what I'm saying? Just through using these celebrities and these people that we look up to, when they get an award because of our suffering, like you said, it's almost like, damn, we got it, we won it. But it's like it toned down the rhetoric of you trying to get something more tangible, like you brought out. So,
and Yahanna, if I could, it wasn't like that before that speech. Like before that speech, you had black men, brother, Hispanic men. They were raising up. Yeah, I mean, they were serious about getting their piece of America, which was tangible. You had the labor movements out there in California. You had black people out there, all out the South. This is how much Martin Luther King cursed us. Since him, we don't have anyone else to stand up for civil rights at all.
Yeah.
Like he in essence ended civil rights.
Yeah.
He ended it.
Right.
After him, you got songs and women dancing. That church that your mom goes to with the dancing and the Holy Ghost, those churches fought lynchings. That's what they used to do. That same church would have newspapers and articles and had reporters. Those black churches at one time were headquarters to stop lynchings, to stop oppression. He made this speech. That church became a place where you get the Holy Ghost, where you dance. And it was like it's like he's the last one.
Right.
So much so that after him, there ain't no fighting for anything. It's dancing and singing and loving white people. He cursed us out. It was a terrible, terrible day. And and furthermore, I'll give you one last bit of proof. Because of that speech, the Israelite school of UPK are considered a hate group.
That's right.
When what are we saying that was different than what they were saying back then?
Right.
Are we different than Malcolm X? What he was saying?
Right.
We're not. We're not different than so many black and Latino churches that were saying exactly what we're saying. But after Martin Luther King, you're a hate group now.
Yeah.
And now you're disgusting, you're vile, you're a hate group. He cursed us. And so now you got the Grammy. So congratulations, Michael B. Jordan. You know, I mean, you got it. Congratulations, sinners. You did it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know you did it. You're wonderful. Okay. That's all I can do for you. Okay, Soccer War, go ahead.
You muted Soccer War.
So, Lucky, what you bringing out, sir, is so heavy. That homosexual pastor Jamal Bryant came out this week. Now, for about a month or two now, black people have had a boycott against Target.
I heard.
They boycotting Target. I forget what happened with the Target situation, but they've been boycotting Target. And Target got tired of not getting black people money. They went and found Jamal Bryant and made a backdoor deal with him for some $2 billion to support black education or black schools or something. Jamal Bryant come out on the internet and say, black people, the boycott is over. We not boycotting Target no more.
I heard.
Black people come out and say, nigga, who the hell made you in charge? But it just goes to show that even these devils know if you get some sellout preacher, you get some puffed up, sodomite like Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, you pay him some money, he'll come out and betray black people. And what you're bringing out, sir, about the curse of Balaam is so heavy in that, like, he wouldn't do it. But these cats did it. They took the bribe, they sold out, they gave whatever needed to be given so they would, destroy the spirit of strength and pride and standing with the Most High that we had to now we reduced to what we are today. So, like it, sir, what you bring on was so heavy.
I mean, he told the truth on that, Mashak. I mean, that's just the truth. And now we got Jamal Bryant. He leading all black people.
Yeah.
A homosexual.
That's right.
Jamal Bryant, go research him. I did one day for a class out in Atlanta. I did. It was disgusting. Eddie Long paid for 4 years of college for him. Eddie Long. Eddie Long paid $245,000 for him to go to college. I wonder why.
Right.
I'm sure he just liked the cut of his jib, I'm sure. Right? I'm sure he was just a hell of a fella, Eddie Long. There's countless boys out there Eddie Long was giving money to.
That's right.
Countless. He gave this boy $245,000. And we're not done. Just to get into Howard, he had a GED. He did not have a high school diploma. He is the first person to ever get into Morehouse with a GED. You know why? Because there was this man, I forget his name, but I have it written down somewhere else, who talked to Morehouse and talked to the board. He was on the board, and he made them give a GED graduate to get into the most prestigious black college on the planet with a GED. This man did him a favor. This is a whore.
That's right.
And let me tell you, men like him, compromisers. compromisers have been another curse among blacks and Latinos, bro. Some compromising, and he always will. It's damn near like you just beefing him up, making him leader so he can walk into a room and come out and say, listen, y'all, I got it. I made a deal. It's okay.
Yeah.
We're going to all get $2 and everything is fine, and they're going to help us out. And I made a deal. Compromiser. And a gay man is just, he's a expert compromiser. He bends over backwards. You know that.
Hell yeah.
That's all he does.
Yeah. Salakia.
Go ahead, Art.
It gives a new meaning to the word backdoor deals when you use that. Salakia.
Terrible.
General, Jamal Bryant then shamed himself once again, as General Q would say, or what have you. He then got up there and showing they not really. This is why it's a dangerous time to try to be pretending to be somebody you're not, pretending to be a leader, because you're gonna shame yourself. Now, if he was so entrenched and connected to the movement and the people, then why would he jump the gun? Why would he do this unless it was some benefit? Of course, they're gonna give money to the HBCUs of his choice. And what does that do? That gives him more leveraging power, just like Eddie Long gave him when he wanted to go to school. So like this right here, like that, it's so heavy when the scriptures say the scribes and Pharisees sit in Moses' seat. Like they sit over the top of Israel and cut all these side deals and these backdoor deals, and it's all a ploy for them to empower themselves. And in these times, what was going on right now, why would you want to do this? Why don't you fear the Most High? You don't fear the Most High for to do something like this, man. You should be afraid to do things like this. But he's using black people and he's getting himself in a position. But once again, the Bible says riches got by deceit. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna stay with you.
They're not gonna last.
So like I yield.
You telling the truth, Kahan. We gotta work with Captain Cod tomorrow. Let's wrap it up. Anybody else want to say anything?
Hey, General, this is our last point you was making with churches. Remember, we all went down to South Carolina when you visited the AME church.
I remember.
And the brother brought out the history with Denmark Vesey. And remember, he was leading the revolt and the revolution.
Yeah.
And I think it was from that same location they got him hung.
Yeah.
And now they're singing in the church.
Yeah.
The white boy walking. So it line up exactly how
it's just the same thing. I mean, those churches that we mock and laugh at now, brother, those places were hardcore masculine men who stood up to the Ku Klux Klan.
Right.
Stood up to lynching, fought to get jobs, fought for their women,
right,
risked their lives. They did it. After that day, there are places where you go to sing and dance, and homosexuals play the piano.
Right.
And that's that.
Oh, God.
Good to go.
So to water again for coming down. Salute to Jeremiah Hyman. So
Camera take
sure.
water, probably.
Hello, Wapanya. Barack.
Shabaka thumb to water again, DC, Baltimore. No time Christ. Get it on.
Make sure pay your tithes. Pay the Passover fee 2 weeks. April 4th, we're going to be in Houston, Texas. Y'all see it lock in, all right? Shalom. Shout out Commander Jerry Yahanna, hottest looking man in Israel. Salaka. I apologize. Shout out Commander Jerry Yahanna. Houston, April 4th, man.
He parted the Red Sea, and the entire nation of Israel walked out of slavery.
The ISUPK presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
And all the warriors be like, boom, yasha.